He went to the police, they have released him, and he is not a suspect. Who is the he that Rick Allen's pool buddy is referring to here? And how did he get that information?
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Nightbeat starts now.
Take a good look at this man. He is the person police are looking to get information from in the murder of 2 teenage girls in Delphi. Right now, police are not saying he's a suspect or even a person of interest, but they do want to talk with him.
They say he was on the same trail around the same time as Libby German and Abby Williams. Police are hoping this man has any information that could lead to an arrest. But tonight, the community is still in shock.
Police say that they need your help. They're hoping that if someone recognizes that photo, they will call in to police because this could be a major development in the case. Call in even if you want to remain anonymous. Here's the image police want the public to see. Not calling him a person of interest, but someone police want to talk to because he was on the same trail as the murdered teenagers at about the same time. Look like anybody that you've seen in the area living close to the trail?
No.
Same question police have been asking. We saw them up and down country roads near the historic bridge and trail the 2 13-year-olds were walking around the time they were murdered Monday afternoon.
Just wanting to know if you'd seen any strange people, you know. Maybe that's where I seen it.
Police not only want to find out who this man is and whether he was seen near the girls Monday afternoon. Police also want to talk to anybody who parked in the High Bridge Trailhead parking lot between 1 and 5 p.m. Monday. It's critical they call police.
The following account is my understanding of some early events surrounding the Delphi Murders case. And if there are pieces I'm missing or have misconstrued, I'm open to correction. Now, before releasing my Unfound Dead video in June of 2023, I reached out to DH to get clarification on who he was referring to in these comments, and I never heard back. And to be clear, I do not think that DH was involved in the Delphi murders in any way, shape, or form. I'm just wondering if he got manipulated by one of his friends, a certain friend who has been arrested for the murders of Libby and Abby. On February 15th, 2017, the ISP released a picture of the man on the bridge at 7 p.m. The photo was released in the form of online articles and news broadcasts to get the word out to the public. Channel 6 News was one of the outlets that posted the picture of Bridge Guy on February 15th. The photo was released at 7 p.m., and at roughly 10:12 p.m. on February 15th, not long after the Bridge Guy photo was posted, one of Rick Allen's pool buddies replied to Channel 6's post with this: "He went to the police, they have released him, and he is not a suspect." Then 2 minutes later, he left a second comment. Channel 6, "You need to let everybody know they have talked to this man and released him. WTHR updated this a while ago." Someone took a shot of DH's comments and posted this 35 minutes later. They probably thought it was strange too. Here's a timestamp and the proof of when this happened. Bam. Now, there's no evidence that WTHR ever posted anything about a suspect speaking to police and being released. It's not true. I mean, I've never heard anyone mention this except DH, and if there's something you know that I don't, please let me know in the comments. I just find it strange that a photo came out at 7 p.m. and at 10:12 p.m. we have DH saying that WTHR updated this a while ago. I wouldn't consider 3 hours a while ago. It's almost like he was playing pool with his buddies. They were at the bar, maybe watching TV, and one of them told DH, "Hey, that's wrong. You should let Channel 6 know that they've talked to this man and released him. I know this because I heard it on WTHR." I mean, where else would he get that information from other than one of his buddies? He didn't get it from the news. I mean, DH only had this 3-hour window of time to get this information. So where did he get it? And I know he didn't get it from the news because here's what they said that day. They said the exact opposite on February 15th.
"We have nobody in custody at this time. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, there is somebody out there that did this horrendous crime."
That's police today confirming the worst news. 13-year-old Libby German and Abby Williams were found murdered. That news breaking less than 48 hours after the girls disappeared.
Tonight, police are trying to ensure the area and the community that they are safe there, but that they need to pay extra attention to who is around them. This after the bodies of the 2 young girls were found not far from a popular hiking trail that's just east of Delphi. Our David McAnally is there live with where the investigation goes now. David?
And Marie, while police did confirm that the bodies that were found were those of the missing girls, they've not yet said how the girls were killed. They have not said whether the girls were killed in the same way. They say that's part of the investigation. They're holding that back right now. Police did say, though, that the girls were found about 50 feet off the edge of Deer Creek, and that is a bit of a ways off of the public trail that the girls had been left off to explore. As you said, with no arrests made yet, the sheriff said he is leaving it up to citizens to judge whether they should be concerned about walking on that public trail.
Now, I'm not sure if Rick Allen was actually with DH between 7 p.m. and 10:12 or not, but I do know Rick and DH were pool buddies and were friends. And I also don't know for certain that Rick Allen went to the police before the bridge guy photo was released. I mean, it is possible that he told DH something like this: hey man, I know that they've already talked to this guy and they released him. And then Rick had to think in his head, well, shit, I'm screwed now that I saw the picture. I guess I better get ahead of this situation and find a conservation officer to talk to ASAP. I don't know. I just find it pretty crazy that a buddy of the person who actually was on the bridge that day, who did talk to the police early in the investigation, would post something like this. If he wasn't talking about Rick, then who could he possibly be talking about? It wasn't James Lucas, because police didn't talk to James Lucas until February 16th, the day after DH posted this.
First look tonight at the remote area where searchers found the bodies of the two murdered Delphi teenage girls.
And all of this as police are still trying to figure out who this man is and what he knows. This man was photographed on the very same trail where the girls went missing. Now, the area where police found Libby German and Abby Williams is heavily wooded. Our Rich Van Wyk spoke with the property's owner today. Rich joins us live from Delphi with the very latest on the search for whoever did this. Rich.
Andrea, the first thing you notice about the area surrounding the crime scene is the terrain. It's steep. It's tough to walk. Police were here for 2 days gathering evidence and clues to the girl's killer. We got our first look at the crime scene today. We're also taking a closer look as to why police want to speak to this one man in particular.
Since releasing these pictures, investigators have been inundated with tips. At the state police post this morning,
4 people walked in and said, gave us names of people they think that person might be.
State police believe he is the only person they haven't identified who was in the area Monday afternoon when the girls disappeared.
We want to know what he saw, what he might have seen on the trail. Did he see somebody else that maybe some of the others didn't see?
It kind of surprised me.
James Lucas got a call from police this morning.
It was scary. I never expected it.
Lucas doesn't think he looks anything like the man on the bridge, but says he was among the hundreds of volunteers who searched for the girls.
They went through my phone and looked at, my phone. I don't know what all they did with it, but they looked at my phone.
The photos were taken on the same bridge Libby posted a picture of Abby Monday afternoon. If you look very closely through the trees, you can see the Monon High Bridge. That's important. That is the last known whereabouts of the two girls. Whether they knew that person or not, it is someone investigators want to talk to.
Police aren't saying who took that picture of the unidentified man on the bridge. I am told they are confident that they can find the killer and resolve this case sooner than later. Andrea?
That is all of our prayers. Rich Van Wyk reporting live tonight in Delphi. Thank you.
And it wasn't Gabe Ellis, because he was arrested on the 15th and he wasn't released. So let me recap. Here's what we do know, and you could fill in the blanks if you'd like. At 7 p.m. on February 15th, 2017, the bridge guy photo was released. At 10:12 p.m. on February 15th, DH posted that the man in the photo went to the police and he's not a suspect. We know that Rick Allen contacted the police early in the investigation and wasn't arrested until years later. And we know James Lucas didn't talk to the police until February 16th, 2017, so it wasn't him. And again, to be clear, I do not think DH had anything to do with this. I think he may have been given information by someone he trusted and he believed them and simply passed that information along on Facebook. And I can't 100% prove that he was referring to Rick Allen in these statements, but it seems to make some sense. Let me know what you think. Thank you.
And welcome back to the News at 11 here on RTV6. We are live in Delphi, Indiana, and we want to give you a shot of that picture once again from police. This is the man they are looking for right now. They say he was out on the trails here on Monday around the same time that 2 teens, Abby Williams, age 13, and Libby German, age 14, were killed out here. They would like to talk to more about that crime. We made it easy for you to share that right now on our social media streams. Much more on Good Morning Indiana with that as well. And a final quick note, the TNT Pizza King, a sign of community pride. McBride here. They donated all the pizzas to those search crews, selling pizzas tonight, raising proceeds for the family, a sign of how tight-knit this community is in the wake of this tragedy. For now, though, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
What a nice thing to do. Thank you, Jason.